Yo, 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 Daily Fire, episode 16. If it's trash, turn it off. But if it has value, you got to share it out for me. Man, I got a special guest. Of course, it's brought to you by maxeffortmuscle.com. And you're listening to the Business and Biceps Network. And I got my homeboy, Patrick Schwarzenegger, on today. And we're going to talk about slumps. Because everyone has slumps. And Patrick's going to, talk you through a little bit of something he's going on and how he's battling through it and let you know that it doesn't matter who your dad is, who your mom is, what business you're in, how many Calvin Klein things you're in. Everyone deals with this stuff, right, Pat?
Slumps are part of everybody's life. And it's something that, we were just talking about what kind of topic should we talk about. And Cory kind of asked me what was something I was currently going through. And I'm on the verge of the outs of a slump. But I would say January was a... Do I have to wear these, by the way?
You don't have to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would say January was overall a slump month. And I'm sure you've gone through, and tons of your listeners have gone through something like this. But when you're kind of a human like me or you, I mean, you're even crazier than I am. And you're up at 4 a.m. and grinding every single day. And I'm up at 5 usually going. But rituals and routines are such a large part of my lifestyle.
Yep.
Not just the physical portion of the actual working out in the gym, but the ritual of throughout the day and how much my gym and my working out in the mornings impacts the rest of my day and in turn the rest of my week and everything like that. And when I had shoulder surgery recently, it really just cramped everything.
Wow.
And when I say everything, I mean from what time I was waking up to what I was eating, to not being able to work out, to my work ethic, to every single thing was completely getting let go, which is, in turn, it's fine for a few days because I was on the whatever pills they give you and was post-surgery and you really can't do much. But for someone like myself or you or my dad or anybody that kind of lives that lifestyle, it just destroys you.
Throws a wrench in everything.
It throws a wrench into everything. And it was something that I just could feel myself going through. My girlfriend could see it, my family could see it, and my mom was she felt so bad for me because she knows how much that my rituals and my days are revolved around working out. And I'm not someone that's big and all jacked up and stuff, but it's just something that's allowing my day to always start with a win. Getting up at that certain moment and actually going and doing it. And with the surgery, it just destroyed me. And it was fresh in January, so it was just after I had went and did my goals for the year. Yeah. And I orchestrated a goal session for everybody else and was helping them on how to do their goals. And I just done mine, and I didn't even have any workout goals. I mean, in the past I had done certain things of wake up at 5 a.m. or something like that, or make sure to work out 5 days a week. And then I kind of went back and forth with my own self of, should I put a goal? And I'm curious to see if you do that. But I was like, why even put something of wake up at 5 a.m. or work out 5 days a week?
That's just how you operate now.
That's just how I operate.
Yeah.
It became a ritual.
That's the norm.
Yeah. And it was no longer a goal. Exactly what you said. It became a ritual. And I was like, you know what? I don't need that on my goals board. It's just taking up room and taking my mind away from the other things that I actually do need to progress in.
For sure.
But 3-4 weeks later, I was waking up at 8. I was not working out. I was doing all these things, and I was like, shit, you know what? I should go back to that. But I couldn't because of my shoulder surgery. But I decided to post that on Instagram. I've been trying to do more kind of inspirational, motivational things that I've learned from my dad, my family, certain mentors that I've had in my life. And everything is always kind of pushing positivity, pushing that motivational side. And I decided that in the last month just to share kind of what I was going through, because Instagram on its own is a highlight reel, right? It's your Sports Center top 10.
Hey, you got some highlights lately too, bro. You can just keep pushing them out.
I do. I really do. But at the same time, I also have the slumps. And so does every single other person out there in the world, whether they want to recognize it or not, whether they want to do something about their slumps or not. That's kind of the difference maker between a lot of different people. And I think that's when I decided to kind of share that video of just telling people, look, man, I'm going through this and it's killing me mentally, physically, everything. It's just dampening my mood. It's dampening my work. And hey, I'm going through it. I know that a lot of you guys are probably going through it. You don't want to tell the other people. But first off, when you just say it and you speak it out, you already feel it. When you recognize that you're going through a slump, that's one thing. But then the biggest thing is how do you get out of it? How do you progress out of it? How do you change your habits so that you no longer, dwindle down into this spiral of going out of control? And that was a big thing for me of when I said that to people and I recognized, okay, Patrick, you can't progress on any of your physical goals. You can't progress on, staying in shape, working out at this time. And I remember I messaged my mentor and I was like, man, this is killing me. And he goes, how lucky are you that you still can wake up at 5 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
And instead of working out for that hour or two, you can supplement that time with reading, with listening to podcasts, with anything else. Yeah. He's like, go back to your goals. So I went back.
Else.
Yeah, and I went back and I wanted to read a book a month. I wanted to start this book club. I wanted to just continue to learn this year, gain as much knowledge as I could from, people that I look up to so that I could in turn, use myself as a medium to feed other people this information. And he was like, dude, this is fine. This is God's plan for you. You have so much more time to do all those things that you put on your goal sheet this year. Go ahead and use that time. So I think that it was a really enlightening experience for me. And I heard this kind of quote from Warren Beatty that was like, enjoy the time off the field. When you're someone like us, we're always wanting to be on the field, That's true. And he was like, there's nothing better than being off the field. And I was like, really? Like, nah, I don't.
You're like, no, I feel that.
I don't feel that. And he was like, being off the field is the only time that lets you get that outside perspective of other people that are on the field. Yeah. And you can see, okay, Patrick, are you doing the things in life that you're wanting to be doing? Is it bringing you joy? Are you working with the people that you should be working with? Are they helping you? Are they promoting that lifestyle? Everything, you get that kind of external view on your whole lifestyle and everything when you're off the field. And very rarely are people like us off the field. Yeah. And for you to get that time and really sit back and try to enjoy it and see what's going on so that when you do get back on the field, you're that much better. Wow. And it's all about kind of perspective and how you look at different moments in your life. But I think the biggest shock for me was to see the responses. Yeah. For me, by far, that was my most, DMs.
Makes you relatable, Patrick.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, look, in Hollywood in general or any type of people that have a stature, and it's like hard for them to be vulnerable. And you're just being honest because everyone does deal with this.
Right.
And I think that right there, you can't do enough of that, to be honest with you, if you want people to be able to relate to you, because it's tough. And dude, I'm not even close to the level of people that know me, but they're like, dude, you're always a machine. I feel like I can't operate like even close to you. So like when I bring out and say same thing with me, I had the injury and I was like, I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right.
Because honestly, it gave me a ton more gratitude that these 20 crazy years I had, I've been able to compete like this.
Right.
I thought weightlifting was taken away from me. And, they're talking about me. I ripped the super spinatus. They're talking about being down 10, 12 months. Man, I ain't missed more than a week's workout since I was like 17, bro. I was thinking you're talking like the long. I was like, I don't even know what you guys are saying to me right now. And so it gave me a lot of perspective.
Yeah.
And I think when people feel that way, flipping it like that. And so I appreciate that, man. I think that vulnerability will help your followers and fans continue to be like, man, this guy's a real guy.
Right.
And I think it's hard for people to identify, man.
Sometimes. It is. It definitely is. And that's something that I'm learning from kind of an outsider's perspective of myself is how do I really relate to other people, and especially when I'm trying to talk about business or I'm talking about, motivational things or giving a lot of kids that are in school or dropping out of school or wondering if they should, all this stuff, this advice, and yet I come from such a specific background. It's always trying to find that what's the best way to speak to that audience.
Yeah. No.
And I'm never someone that's going to shy away from kind of the people that have helped me get to where I am today. I wouldn't be anywhere without my parents, from the mentor side to the financial side to everything.
Yeah.
But I've still gotten to learn a lot from that.
You still got to make your own way, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
100%.
Your dad ain't giving you no free throws.
No.
I already know that.
No, sir.
So, all right. Say the Warren Beatty quote one more time. We're going to wrap this with that.
Yeah. He told me that, actually, he told my acting coach who told me was that enjoy the time off the field because rarely are you actually off the field and you get to see it from a totally different perspective of what you're enjoying, who the people are you're working with.
Love it.
And make the changes so that when you're back on the field, you're ready to go.
Love it. Daily Fire, episode 16, brought to you by MaxEffortMuscle.com. You're listening to the Business and Biceps Network. And if it's trash, turn it off, but I know it wasn't, so share it out. Had mad value. Appreciate you, Patrick.
Yes, sir.